The distinguished members of America's 115th Congress have two notable features.
They're politicians and they were elected by the people?
They are overwhelmingly white and male.
Oh. We're gonna do this.
They don't look much like this diverse country.
Actually, I would say that they do probably look more like this diverse country, considering that this country is full of white people. Probably looks pretty close. Maybe not exact, maybe not perfectly equal all across the board, but I'd say it probably looks pretty fucking close.
Even with a few notable firsts. Orlando's former police chief is Val Demings.
Now we're on a roll here now, don't mess with us.
She is now the first woman and first African American to represent her district in Florida.
You know how furious I would be with the amount of schooling and the years of work and sacrifice to become a police chief, and then the years of work and sacrifice to become a politician, and the year or so of work and sacrifice it takes to run a campaign to win office. All of the things of herself that she's put into this, her ethics, her work ethic, all that sort of shit. And then to be on the news and the BBC being told, oh, look, she's black and a woman. Isn't that fantastic? I'm sure she didn't run on, hey, I'm a black woman. I'm sure she ran on, hey, I was a police chief. And I did everything I could to clean up crime in my community. And I worked hard. You fucking people make me sick. You talk about how you want shit to be diverse, and then what do? You boil people down to their race and gender. What else did she do? What other amazing accolades that had nothing to do with her race or gender does she have? Could that have possibly been a reason why she won an election? Huh? Or do you honestly think that people just looked at her and saw a black woman and said, oh, I'm sure she'll be able to lead us into a new land? You people make me fucking sick. You just piss me off.
This means there will actually be a record number of black lawmakers on Capitol Hill, 46 in the House, 3 in the Senate.
Yeah, it looks like things are improving. Things are becoming more diverse because black people are beginning to do things to make themselves more viable as politicians. It doesn't have to do with their race. It has to do with their personal choices, the choices they make. Do I sell rocks or do I go to school? People that sell rocks don't become politicians. Well, I mean, that can be argued. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? Come on. You buckle down. You work hard. It should be these people worked hard. And they're making a difference. They're making a change. They're saying it doesn't matter that I'm black or a woman. What matters is I'm going to work hard and I'm going to become a politician and I'm going to make real, actual, legitimate change in this world. And fuck the stereotypes. That's a great message. Not, well, I guess white people still run everything, but it's getting better. Go fuck yourself, man. The white people are elected by the same people that the black people are elected by. That's how it works in this country. Apparently it works differently in fucking Europe. I don't know. But just fucking infuriating.
The number of Asian Americans serving is also rising. Asian Americans have 15 seats in Congress. And yes, it too is a record. Among them, Stephanie Murphy from Florida, who is the first Vietnamese American woman elected, and fellow freshman Pramila Jayapal from Washington State. She is the first Indian American woman to serve. From Nevada, Catherine Cortez Masto becomes the first Latina senator. And Adriano Espaillat from New York is the first Dominican American elected to the House. They are among 38 Hispanic representatives.
What did they do? Do they have anything else in their character? I mean, couldn't you have at least listed one thing? And this person, who was pivotal in this wonderful thing happening, happens to also be black or, Latino and a woman. But that doesn't matter so much because these are the things that she did. You're boiling these people down to their race and their gender. Isn't this the thing that liberals want us to not do? Boil people down to their race and gender? Be graded on their... It's so fucking silly that you guys are saying, look how awful white people are. But let's look at all these black ladies and fucking, hey, let's just talk about how they're black and women. And fucking a Latino and a dude. But he's the first Latino dude from whatever random ass country. And you know what they are? They're Americans. Every one of them. Every one of them is American. Because you have to be you have to be a citizen of the United States, and you have to have lived here for a certain amount of time to be eligible to become a representative of some sort or another. I mean, we were supposed to be the melting pot. We were all supposed to come together and be a one people. And now we've got safe spaces where men can't go, so let's segregate the women from the men, because that'll be helpful. And we got Black Lives Matter saying that all white people are racist and horrible, and we want to have our own places and campuses and all this, that, and the other things. So now we have to have black dorms and white dorms. And soon it's going to be, I don't want to be breathing all that white air, all of that white fucking oxygen you guys are taking. You're becoming the thing you hate. You're becoming the thing that you're working against. You're saying, let's be diverse. And then boiling people down to their race and gender. What's wrong with you? Is there not seriously one editor that has half a fucking brain over the entirety of media that they can't watch that back and go, that seems a little fucking ridiculous that we've just done that? That we're talking about how fucking white everything is, and that's wrong, and then we're just gonna fucking label these people. And the thing is, this couldn't have been done better, because this is bullshit fucking racism. And fuck you and your reverse racism. The reverse is still the thing. If you shoot me and I shoot you back, I still fucking shot you. I didn't reverse shoot you. Fucking idiots. You're making up terms for shit that already exists. I handled this in my last video, and I was pissed off in my last video, and that was supposed to be fun. And this one I'm pissed off because it really just upsets me. This is so fucking stupid. Like, I don't like stupid people. I just don't. And you can't come out with a thing talking about how horrible white men are because they run everything. Because people of all races are electing them to office. And then go on about, oh, look at all these black and women and fucking Hispanics and Asians. Look at all them. Well, we're not going to bother to talk about their character. It's just a good thing that they're all getting elected now. By multitudes of different races. Fucking assholes.
But even these impressive firsts don't do much to hide the big picture. Only 1 in 5 members of Congress is a woman, which means...
Which means what? What does it mean? That means only 1 in 5 women, or people that are women. That's what that means. You have to run a campaign that's going to resonate with people. If your campaign is, we want to have safe spaces so that we can segregate men from women, and we want to separate campuses so that we can segregate black people from white people. If that's your shit, if that's the platform you're going on, people aren't going to agree with that because it's racist. Isn't that what you want? The world to be less racist? We're denying you because you're racist. That's why Trump got elected. Come on. After 8 years of Obama and all of the horseshit that Hillary Clinton did, you get Trump. And if you're upset at the fact that you got Trump, you should really, really think about what that means. That means nobody else liked anybody else. the bulk of the diversity of the country didn't like what Hillary Clinton had to say. Only the people that live in certain cities, the new race of liberalism, all you guys were the ones that liked what Hillary said, because Hillary was talking about, let's bring in people from other countries and at the same time let's separate everybody who's already here. Let's flood us with immigrants and make sure that we're as divided as we possibly can be. It's ridiculous on the face of it. We need more pronouns for people so that we can dice them up more. But you should accept me for who I am. What?
The US only ranks the same as Bangladesh's 20%. Israel has 28% female lawmakers, and in Sweden, it's 44%.
You know what they want that to show you? They want that to show you that the United States is twice as sexist as fucking Sweden. That's what they want that to show you. You know what I see from that? Twice as many women are running for politics.
So while this may be the dawn of the most racially diverse US Congress ever, Capitol Hill is still clearly an old boys club.
And I knew this one was going to piss me off because it's blatant hypocrisy, blatant stupidity, and it highlights everything that I'm against. Let's dice people up into racial and gender type things and let's all clap for the black people that they were able to win one. Go fuck your mother. How many black people lost elections this year? That's something I want to know. If there was 8 black people that ran and 1 black person won, that would make me question things. It really would. But if 40 black people ran and 39 of them won, I don't see a problem. I mean, other than you could say people are now voting for people because of their skin color, but I mean, you know what? They don't give those kind of stats, and I would love to know what they are. And if you know what they are, post them. I'm not going to bother to look. Because this is just blatant fucking racism and blatant fucking sexism. And I'm not going to give it the time to actually come up with good, intelligent fucking arguments. Because why should I bother? My way of replying to this video is, you're fucking racist and you're fucking sexist and you're assholes, and you need to set a better example for the things that you want people to be. There you go. That's the fucking video. Like, I really wanted to try and come up with some way to entertain you guys yesterday, and I thought that doing the Riley video was gonna do it. And then I knew this was coming up, and I knew this was just gonna fucking piss me off. So I figured that the Riley video would be the funny thing, and then today I would disappoint people by just being angry and screaming. And I'm sorry, I wound up angry and screaming in the last video, but that's Fallout 4's fault. I'm gonna take the liberal line and I'm gonna blame the video game. Yeah, I can't wait for Anita to start making videos again. Woo! I almost feel like donating to her cause just to get this shit rolling. But whatever. It's just blatant racism and blatant sexism. Nobody's looking at the why these things are happening. All we care about is that it's happening, and I think it's wrong. So you should fix it. What do you want to do? How many women need to be forced to go into politics before you people will be happy? How many women need to be forced into STEM careers before you people will be happy? Because that's what you're talking about. It's the only viable solution. There's no other way to get people to volunteer to do the things that you want them to do than to force them. Everybody picks their majors when they go into college. And if you've decided to pick gender studies as your fucking major, what is that helping of your cause? If you've decided to pick science as your major, and you allow some asshole to fucking discourage you and make you feel that you can't do it, and you decide to leave that major because of it, that isn't internalized sexism. That isn't fucking whatever random ass thing you decided to turn it into. Whatever combination of magic words that makes it make sense to you. It's you're weak and you were weeded out. Because all of the men who are doing it, if they fuck up and they don't do as well, if they fail a test, if they can't get an answer right, if they can't solve a problem, they're fucking feeling like they can't do it too. And if they drop out and leave that major, it's their own fault. It isn't internalized sexism. It isn't internalized reverse racism that the white guy failed a test and he felt that he couldn't do it anymore, so he left. So why is it internalized racism if a black person fails a test and they get teased for it and then they wind up dropping out? Life is hardcore. Real life is really hardcore. And if you really fuck up in real fucking life, there are real fucking consequences to it. You can be fired. You can be arrested. These are the consequences to our actions. Or everything can turn out great. There's multiple sides to everything. But it's your actions that determine it. Unless somebody's forcing you to do something. So again, I ask, how many women need to be forced into politics for you guys to be happy? How many black people need to be forced into politics for you guys to be happy? And how are you going to force these people? How are you going to choose them? Are you going to go into the ghetto and pull Tyrone off the street and say, you're not dealing drugs anymore, son. You're going to be president someday. And then you groom him for politics? And then he gets pushed through as president? Like, isn't that what people complained about George W. Bush about? Because of the fucking skull and bones thing? And he was groomed since he was a kid to be president. Like, you guys are trying to figure out ways to get to work all of the things that you hate white people for doing. White people play the system. Donald Trump probably hasn't paid any taxes for years because he gives probably $1 billion in charity. And if somebody's going to give $1 billion in charity, that is going to absolve them of their tax debt, and I'm fine with that. It's the system. People are encouraged to donate money to causes. And the way that they're encouraged to donate money to causes is they're going to be given more of their money back that we force them to give us. It's how it works. If you want somebody to be encouraged to be generous, you have to give them a reward for it. And feeling really good inside doesn't matter to somebody who's the CEO of fucking a gigantic major corporation. His problems are beyond your petty bullshit. His problems are legion. And you think your problems are legion because you see oppression everywhere. And the reason you see oppression everywhere is because you look too deeply into horse shit. And you take it too fucking seriously. And you just want to make excuses for why you're not succeeding. I think it's great that more women and black people and Latinos are becoming politicians. Fantastic. Whatever. But I don't care. I care about their issues. I care about their stances. I care about what they believe. It's just so crazy to me to say I want equality and then to make pieces where you're like, look at these fucking white people, they're all like getting voted in by everybody. And 1 in 5 is not bad. 3 and 10 gets you to the fucking Baseball Hall of Fame. Think about that. Alright, I think I'm done. I run out of gas on this. Like, this is one of those things that I burn hot, but it's fast. I'm a flare in this sort of shit because it's so infuriating, but yet at the same time, like, the ludicrousness of it hits me at some point. I just start laughing about it. I don't know. I can't. Every time one of these pieces is put on the news, man, I'm like, you motherfuckers. That you're keeping it going. You just gotta keep it going. Yeah, I've been watching over the past couple of days. I've seen a couple of clips of Morgan Freeman talking about, and I guess it was old interviews that he did, but it's talking about his views on racism and that kind of stuff. And it's so awesome to hear him talk, you know? So how do you deal with racism? Stop talking about it. Like, just fucking don't worry about it. Just go on with life. Do what you need to do to excel. Try your hardest. Work your hardest. Do your best. And rewards will come to you based on what you put in. I don't know, man. And the problem with racism nowadays, it doesn't come from white people hating black people. It comes from, well, yeah, I wrestled with the cop, and yeah, he shot me, but it's not my fault because I'm black, and I've been oppressed all my life, because every time I see people, I imagine that they're pressing me. It's the blame shuffle. It's passing the buck. Nobody's saying, I need to stop doing these illegal actions and I need to get myself back in school. And I need to excel. I need to do things the hard way. Nobody wants to do shit the hard way anymore. Everybody wants to do things the easy way. And it's so easy to just make up a new gender and be like, well, that's the reason why you don't like me. No, man, it's because you're an asshole. You're right. It reminds me of the Dave Chappelle skit. I think it was in the 3rd season. It was like the Lost Tape season where Dave had gone crazy and flew to Africa, and the other guys were left on the show. But there was one bit, and it was like Dave was the werewolf, and Charlie Murphy was Frankenstein, and the other guy on the show, I can't remember his fucking name, he was Mummy. And like the Frankenstein's in his office and he gets passed over for a promotion and he fucking flips shit and he tears people's arms off and smashes walls and breaks stuff. And they're like, and he's like, you're just doing this because I'm a black guy. And this lady is like, no, motherfucker, we're doing this because you're Frankenstein. Like, you're an asshole. It's not because you're black. It's because you're an asshole. It's not because you're trans, pan, fucking agendered. It's because you're trying to shove that shit down my throat. You can call yourself whatever you want. But if you look like a boy, I'm going to call you a boy. If you look like a girl, I'm going to call you a girl. If you look like a girl with a beard, I'm going to call you a fucking weirdo. Because it's weird. Like, and you can't change me on that. It's just not going to happen. So if you identify as something fucking wacky that I can't identify at sight, you're going to have to get to know me. Because that's the only way that I'm ever going to lean on that. Is if I think that you're a worthwhile enough person that I want to keep you in my life, then I will go by whatever rules you want me to go by. There are certain topics I just don't talk about with certain friends. Because it's just not worth the aggravation. I'd rather have fun and enjoy spending time with them than sit and talk politics with my one buddy. Because he is diametrically opposed to everything I say. So I would rather just not bother with the topic and I'd rather just have fun hanging out with him. I don't know. This was like a 1.5-minute fucking clip, and here I am, it was 25 minutes. Alright. I think I'm rambling at this point. I'm not sure. I think I just started rambling. My bad. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see, I guess, better stuff than this. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to ultimately play out, so whatever. Subscribe. Check out my Patreon. Give me money. And, Yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye.